Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your January 2020 overview reading. This is good for you if you're a sun, moon, or rising Virgo. Before we get started, please take a moment to subscribe to this channel if you would like more guidance and clarity throughout your 2020. You know, I will be here delivering all of these wonderful readings and messages, so make sure you stay tuned for all of that. If you would like a free Dealing with Family meditation, go sign up for my newsletter. And for those of you who haven't been getting notifications for whatever reason from YouTube, make sure you sign up for that newsletter. You get a free meditation and I will let you know when these readings go live. The other thing that I want to take a moment for is just to thank each and every one of you for being here with me. Thank you so much for those of you who share my work and support me. And I also want to give a special shout out to all of my clients, everyone who works with me, has taken classes from me, or gets readings from me. You are the reason why this channel is possible and why I'm able to do this work, and I am so grateful. So if you do want to support the channel, make sure you work with me or share my work. All of that is a great way to support this and support the channel. And without further ado, I'm going to lay this out and then we will get started. Okay, let's start with your oracle cards for January. First thing we have is resilience, rise above the tribulations. Okay, so this is actually indicating a lot of ease. So the main thing that you want to keep in mind is that your energy in response to whatever situation is going on is going to make it either harder or easier on you. So if you relax into this is gonna work out, it's gonna be okay, I don't know how, even if I'm scared, and just breathing through the discomfort as it comes up, you're gonna actually invite solutions faster. If you thrash, kick, and scream, it's going to make it a lot harder for the ease to make its way to you. And so this is just saying you want to rise above, energetically float, and then that is what's going to make it a lot easier on you. Okay, let's see what else is coming up. Scorpion. Okay, so there's a lot of protection, fieriness coming off of this card, doing what's best for you. So I'm getting that the Scorpion energy is more about doing what's in your best interest and focusing on that. What is it that you want to do? What is it that's best for you? What is it that feels good to you? Really owning that part of yourself, which can be really hard because Virgo is a sign that's very much of service. And so for you, it's kind of like this is almost a new leaf. If you've been in service to a lot of people, this is actually turning the tables so that you are serving yourself first, being there for yourself first, supporting yourself first, and letting that be what carries over into everything else. And remember, when you start doing that, you're going to invite things in that reflect that to you. People who honor the fact that you put yourself first, and people who aren't going to be as willing to take advantage if that's something you struggle with. And then we also have harvest. Prep soil for optimal growth. Your crop is ready for harvest. Don't let it die on the vine. It may be time to call it done. Okay, so this is interesting. So depending on where you're at in process with something, it could be a relationship, it could be a project, it could be something like that. Maybe you are just tending the garden, right? Maybe you are just getting everything ready for this project that you have or this thing you're pursuing. Some of you, it might be like time to pick the fruit. Others of you, it might be just like scrap it, throw it away, toss it, it's not working. So wherever you're at, you already know what that is for you and what this is referring to. So whatever came up for you first with whichever statement, trust that intuitive hit that you're getting. Now we have a past, present, future here in the center. So in the past position, we have the Five of Swords. So there was a lot of fighting. Now this is interesting. When I'm saying fighting, this could be something that's internal. This could be resistance to what it is you're getting guided to do. It could be frustration around the things that you're doing. But remember, the Five of Swords is about the end of a battle. So resilience, this rise above the tribulations, is also coming through with this Five of Swords energy. It's about rising above, getting the healing that you need, moving out of that conflict, breathing through. And the Five of Swords is highlighting that. This is just saying, you know, there's ease is what's on the horizon. Like, that's actually what's available to you, is things getting easier and easier. So this is showing like the end of a struggle, the end of a battle, the end of friction. And so the resilience piece is really important there as well. And then the present energy, so this is going to be for the month of January. We have the Six of Cups. Okay, so this is nostalgia. This is also a soulmate card. So I like to think about this as kind of like divine blessings, like right people, right places, right times, right opportunities is kind of the energy that I get from the Six of Cups. And so you can really trust this. I would say fostering relationships in January is going to be really important. Networking is going to be really important. Doing things that help you tend to the relationships that you already have is going to be a great way to spend energy in January. Network, 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 definitely. And then in the future energy, we have justice, balance. I'm going to clarify this, what exactly this justice card is doing here, what it wants, what the context is. Nine of Knives. So this is a release of fear, letting this calm down. I think that if you've been in a position where you've been particularly fearful or you've been really nervous about something, like if you've been really nervous and scared of this energy coming off of here, of whatever it is that's coming up, this is showing that that's completely shed. So I think that's coming from the Five of Swords, or the need to like be scrappy or fight, right? So again, with the resilience card rising above it, that's what's happening here. You're just seeing an extension of that. Like, things are getting easier and easier. Things aren't as hard as you might have thought they were. It's getting increasingly better is the best way I can say it. So the fear is what's being completely released, because the Nine of Swords is about having a mental perception of things being scary. It's not real though. That's the nice part of it. So I think you're really starting to see, oh, it isn't as bad as I thought it would be. It isn't as scary as I thought it would be. And all of that is really shining through here. Okay, now this is your external world. So what's happening around you, outside of yourself, anything outside of you. Four of Swords. Let me pull the other one. I've really enjoyed reading these together. So let me see what else is coming up. The World. Okay, so the good news about all of this is the fact that I'm not seeing any interruptions externally. So it looks like things are really, really solid. The nice thing about the Four of Swords is it's just kind of like your external world actually does not look terribly busy. It's and I mean that in a good way. Like, it's actually, this is a very peaceful outside world that you have, especially with the World card. It's like everything's coming together, everything is getting clearer, everything is wrapping up. There's a lot of energy of completion with a lot of things, resolution. And the Four of Swords, I think, is just showing you that it's safe for you to pursue what you want. It's safe for you to pursue your desires. There's no friction at all in the external. So this is a game of making it a space where you don't have any friction between you and what you want. You really want to align yourself with that. And I think this is going to be a month where the more you can look at speed bumps is just little things that will work themselves out. You know, take the action that you need to take, but don't tell yourself a story about it, right? That's where our ego gets really tripped up, is wanting it to mean something about us. So step away from that. Put that aside. And instead, just look at it as anything that comes up is really not a big deal. As much as you can, try to exercise that with the little stuff. And then this is just reminding you that the outside world is without friction. It's very peaceful. It's nice and still. It's available for you. So this is a very inviting energy in the external. So I think you just have a really balanced, calm outside world. And so this is going to be a great month to kind of play really big because you're not experiencing any friction out here. Let's look and see what's going on internally. So your emotional world. We have the Star. Okay, so everything is coming together. Maybe you're manifesting a lot right now or you're building a lot. That's something that I'm getting from here just because it is reflecting the internal state. I'm also getting that your internal state is getting to the point where it's really congruent with what your deepest desires are. So this is highlighting refinement and congruency with whatever you've been asking for, whatever you've been pursuing. I think the more you're practicing it, the clearer you're getting. And that's going to put you in a great position to actually get where you want to go. I'm also getting like finding your North Star, like what you are actually pursuing, desiring, and cultivating in this lifetime is becoming more and more refined. The advice for you is the Two of Cups. Again, I say network, connection, build off of the relationships that you have already initiated. Or this can even be stuff that you're doing online, right? Like that's also relationships that are being built. If you're career focused, build relationships with your coworkers, with the people around you, with the people who can support you. These two cards right here are really telling me that connections are important right now. Communication with people is really important right now. I really love this Two of Cups card. I'm going to clarify this one as well just to get a little bit more context on it. The Magician. Okay, so maybe these are kind of playing together. The Star and the Two of Cups, because it is about like destiny or fate. Of course, I don't like putting too much energy into those words because we are actively creating. That's also true, aside from things that are meant for us, right? So this, when I'm reading them kind of packaged together, it's just showing me that you've probably been in a manifestation process for some time. Whether you're doing it passively or actively is up to you. But this is just highlighting, when I'm looking at this, is like, okay, you've been asking for these things, so it's starting to come through. Again, I go back to the Harvest card. Your crop is ready for harvest. Don't let it die on the vine. It's like, take the opportunities that you've been given and really use them. Your internal world seems so clear, and you're getting to that place where the neutrality is really, really powerful. That's what this Justice card is saying. You're not telling yourself a story about it, about any blips on your radar. You're releasing a lot of fear pictures that are coming up in this area, and instead you're just diving into the desire piece. So you're getting really, really clear on that, and it's leading you into the right direction. Keep up with an internal practice. Maybe it's healing, maybe it's meditation. You guys know how much I get on my soapbox about meditation. Maybe it's something else that you're doing internally. Keep doing the work on that, and it's going to get better and better and better. Okay, let's get into the timeline. First, second, third, and fourth quarter of January. So the first quarter for you, we have the Fool. So maybe you've already started something new, or you're initiating something new, doing something in a different way. It's about taking the leap, jumping off the cliff, even if it's scary. But as soon as you initiate that and you do the scary thing, it gets a lot easier. So big risks. Again, January is going to be a great time to take risks and do things that you haven't done before. January is the month to do it. And then the second quarter, we have the Eight of Wands. Things are picking up in pace. So things are they're progressing at a rate that you may have not expected. So things are really growing. Just make sure you take advantage of the connections and you actively focus on connections in January. And then the third quarter, we have the Page of Chalices. I'm actually getting that this is more of a manifestation card, and I'll tell you why. So you can see that that chalice that the page is holding is kind of being cast out into the world, into the universe. And so I'm getting this is more vibrational and energetic. Let your emotions be the currency of the manifestation. Emotion is what will help you materialize the things that you want. It will manifest in 3D if you're in the emotional state that's in alignment with that. That's why this star down here is so important, because this is saying, okay, you're pointing in the right direction, you're clear on where you're going. Now back it up with the emotional piece and you're solid. Like, then everything's going to come together. I know it's hard, but practicing conjuring up the emotions is going to be the best practice you can have. And then wrapping up the month, we have the Two of Pentacles. Ooh, okay, this is interesting. I kind of want to clarify this for you, but I think there's like an opportunity or a decision that's coming up as you get closer to February, or maybe this bleeds into February a little bit. Time is a little more fluid, but the Two of Pentacles is just saying, do I do this or do I do that? So it's coming up as a very much a black and white, like needing to pick something. So maybe there's an opportunity that comes up, or a relationship, or I mean, whatever you're actively manifesting, right? So the Two of Pentacles is just saying you're going to need to make a decision about putting your energy behind something. Let me clarify this. Oh, Ten of Cups. Okay. Big reward there. I don't know what it is. I think the Ten of Cups is almost, I don't want to say shutting me out intuitively, but it's just like, it's big. I think that's why normally the Two of Pentacles is not a really potent card when I'm reading it. You know, the Star, super potent. Two of Pentacles, not so much. It's more about the process of decision making. This was kind of a striking card for me to pull. And then to clarify with the Ten of Cups, I think this is a big decision at the end of January. So I don't know, we'll see. I'll be interested how many of you really feel that towards the end of the month. Okay, let's do a 3-card pick. You're welcome to set your intention, ask a question, ask for clarity, guidance, support, whatever it is that you're needing. If you need more time to pick out your card, just pause the video. Card number 1, we have the Moon. This is about confusion and almost Neptunian energy, like not knowing where you're going to land or how you're going to land. Again, it's reflective of this Fool energy right here. Jumping off, starting the thing, doing that new project, new adventure, new whatever, a new approach. And so that's probably where the confusion is coming in, is if you're doing something different that you're not used to, you need time to integrate that information and clarity. Card number 2, Knight of Cups. Your emotions are going to lead the way. Do you feel expansion? Do you feel contraction? That's going to be a big tell with whatever it is you're asking about. If you're contracting, that's not a good sign. If you're feeling really expansive, whole, and aligned, that's a really good sign. So pay close attention to your emotions, because it's going to either tell you, hey, this needs healing, or it's going to help you identify what is or isn't right for you. And then card number 3, the Magician. Get on the manifestation train. However you want to do it, doesn't matter. If you like vision boards, great. If you like journaling, great, whatever. But please take advantage of manifesting in January, or with this situation you're asking about. Be intentional. Don't throw caution to the wind and like watch this reading so that you can figure out, oh my God, is love coming? No. You are the creator. If you want love, then you create it. If you want a new job, you create it. So start taking that approach. If you picked this card, you need to stop asking what's in my future and instead dictate what you're going to have presented to you in your future. That's what the Magician wants to remind you of. All right, everybody, that is all that I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Make sure you check me out on Instagram at Onyx Healing. I also host prayers and a tarot poll every Wednesday on my podcast, so make sure you check that out. Sunday messages, the link is in the description box. And until next time, don't forget, if you want to support the channel, you're more than welcome to work with me. Head over to onyxhealing.com to see all of the goodness that I offer. And I will talk to you all later. Have a beautiful month, everybody, and I will see you next time. Bye.